My desktop used to be a creativity graveyard, honestly. We're talking half-finished projects, a spaghetti monster of tangled cables, and a monitor that looked just as bored as I felt staring at it. Then, I decided to let artificial intelligence move in. Fast forward 7 gadgets later, and my setup is now finishing tasks before I've even finished my morning coffee. Seriously, stick around, because number 4 just predicted what I wanted to open next, and that's a little spooky, in the best way possible. A projector that refocuses itself the instant you dim the lights for movie night, a printer that proactively fixes your layout and upscales images before you even hit print, and smart glasses that can read your emails out loud while you're walking the dog. Sounds like pure science fiction, right? I thought so too. But I've tested every single one of these claims in the real world, pushing these devices to their limits, and let me tell you, the results forced me to rebuild my entire workflow from scratch. If you've ever wondered whether AI is just a fancy marketing buzzword, a bit of fluff, then the next 12 minutes are absolutely going to change your mind. Let's kick things off with this little black cylinder that quite literally turned my bedroom wall into a full-blown cinema. The Capsule 4 doesn't just fire a crisp 1080p picture onto your wall. The real magic is the algorithm humming quietly inside. It's constantly working, sampling your room's ambient brightness 60 times a second, then intelligently tweaking the contrast, saturation, and sharpness. You know what that means? You never have to mess with a single setting. It just works, perfectly calibrated for whatever light you're in. That's a huge win for hassle-free viewing. Whether it's a cozy movie night, an intense gaming session, or even reviewing a color-graded work file, each profile switches automatically, delivering optimal visuals without you lifting a finger. The autofocus is so incredibly quick that moving the projector from your desk to a shelf mid-YouTube video doesn't interrupt the playback at all. It just seamlessly snaps back into focus. Battery life lands around 2.5 hours, which is usually enough for most films, and the 8-watt speaker uses AI equalization to keep dialogue crystal clear, even when explosions start rattling your windows. My absolute favorite trick, though? Ask it to find dark movies, and the OS intelligently surfaces titles with low average brightness, helping the battery stretch even further. It's portable, it's smart, and it even fits in a water bottle pocket. That's precisely why the Capsule 4 leads this list. It's a game changer for spontaneous entertainment. Printers lie, don't they? They promise you lab-quality photos and then hand you a washed-out, grainy pancake. HP's new Print AI platform finally calls that bluff. Their flagship feature, Perfect Output, scans your file in the cloud before printing. If it spots low-res images, it doesn't just complain, it silently upscales them, balances color temperature, and even picks the correct paper profile for you. I threw a ridiculous 72 dpi meme at it, just to see what would happen. The software wasn't phased, it seamlessly pushed it to 300 dpi, added noise reduction, and delivered a surprisingly crisp postcard. It felt like magic, honestly. Business users get a second, equally impressive perk called Smart Scan. Just pop a contract on the glass, and the printer straightens it, crops it, removes any pesky fingerprints, and then emails a perfectly searchable PDF straight to your Dropbox. No PC needed, no fiddling with settings. It just handles it. The best part? This firmware update rolled out to most HP models from 2021 onward, so you might already own compatible hardware without even realizing it. A printer that fixes your mistakes before you even see them? That's not just an upgrade, that's the definition of intelligent output. Monitors used to be, well, just dumb glass, didn't they? LG decided that wasn't good enough. They bolted on a powerful Cortex-A78 chip and effectively turned the panel into a mini-computer. This isn't just a display, It's a hub. The 32-inch touchscreen runs WebOS, meaning you can open Slack, fire up Photoshop, or just chill with Netflix without needing your main PC. AI kicks in two clever ways here. First, the display actually maps your multitasking patterns and preloads apps you usually open together, completely killing any annoying load lag. It learns your habits to make your workflow smoother. Second, an ambient sensor intelligently adjusts the color temperature to match the time of day, which my eyes absolutely thank me for after a particularly brutal 10-hour editing sprint. Need to annotate a video on the fly? Just pinch and scribble with the included stylus. The monitor records that overlay as a separate MP4 track, making collaboration or feedback incredibly simple. Two USB-C ports deliver a hefty 90-watt power, so my laptop stays charged while it drives the screen. If you've ever yearned for a Wacom-style Surface but didn't want to sacrifice precious desktop real estate, this panel is the absolute sleeper hit of the year. It truly enhances both work efficiency and media output. Streamers have loved macro pads for ages, but the Neo adds genuine machine learning into the mix, and that's where it gets interesting. After just a week of use, it studies your key press cadence and suggests icon layouts that actually reduce finger travel. Sounds a bit niche, right? Just wait until you see it predict that you always mute Zoom audio, start OBS, and open your notes in the first 30 seconds of every call. One tap on the suggested multi-action, and the entire sequence runs itself. It's like having a hyper-efficient assistant living right on your desk. The hardware keeps those familiar 8 crisp LCD buttons, but new haptic feedback lets you feel when a command finishes on a remote PC, adding a whole new layer of assurance. I mapped a DaVinci Resolve render and upload chain to a single button. Now, I hit one key, walk away, and YouTube processes my video while I make lunch. Even if you never go live, the Neo quickly becomes a contextual sidekick that learns your rhythms faster than most coworkers ever will. It's a powerful output device for any creative setup, not just streaming. Let's be honest, most smart speakers leak data like a rusty bucket, and that's a genuine concern for many of us. The Satellite One Mini takes a radically different approach. It processes every single command locally on an NPU that sips a mere 5 watts. This means your wake word recognition, your home automation logic, and even the text-to-speech voices all stay securely inside your 4 walls. Setup took me literally 3 minutes. Scan a QR code, name your rooms, and the speaker automatically builds a mesh network with other satellite units over Thread. I asked it to dim the lights, lock the door, and announce studio time in a robotic British accent, just for fun. The response latency sits below 400 milliseconds, which is noticeably faster than my old cloud-bound helper ever was. Plus, firmware updates arrive over an encrypted, low-bandwidth radio, so the gadget stays useful and secure even if your ISP decides to take a day off. Privacy-first AI isn't always cheap, no, but regaining full control of your data? That feels absolutely priceless. Okay, I'll admit it, this one is pure, unadulterated dopamine, and I love it. Kada is a pocket-sized robot that outputs emotion instead of spreadsheets. Its touch sensors on the back trigger animated eyes on a vibrant 1.5-inch LCD, and clever machine learning models map your tone of voice to expressions like happy, sleepy, or even playfully annoyed. Now, why on earth would I include what's essentially a toy in a productivity list? Because mood profoundly affects output, that's why. I keep Kada on my desk, and when I snarl at compile errors or feel that midday slump creeping in, the bot might droop its digital eyelids and play a soft, calming heartbeat, gently reminding me to breathe and take a moment. Those 10-minute breather breaks, prompted by a cute robot, lifted my code velocity more than any fancy mechanical keyboard ever did. Plus, the Open API lets it flash red when a server goes down, instantly turning your desk pet into an adorable, yet critical, status light. cute and clever beats sterile LEDs every single time, and it adds a wonderfully unique ambience to your smart home. We finish with eyewear that practically whispers answers before you even have to ask the question. A discreet 16-megapixel camera hides right in the bridge, constantly feeding visuals to a ChatGPT 4.0 integration. Walk past a restaurant, tap the temple, and you instantly hear, Italian bistro, 4-star rating, vegetarian options available. Translation works just as seamlessly. Stare at a sign in Tokyo, and you receive the English version directly through the open-air speakers. It's like having an invisible guide. Battery life lands at a solid 5 hours of mixed use, and the 36-gram frame feels lighter than my actual prescription glasses, making them incredibly comfortable for all-day wear. Privacy purists might flinch a little, but a subtle LED glows whenever the camera records, keeping things legal and transparent in most regions. I even used the glasses to film a first-person time-lapse of my new setup. The resulting 4K clip needed zero color correction thanks to built-in HDR stacking. Output isn't always just ink on paper, is it? Sometimes, it's a stunning video the world sees directly through your eyes, captured effortlessly and intelligently. Alright, pause here for a second. Which of these gadgets just jumped to the very top of your wish list? Drop the number in the comments below, and tell me the one specific task you want AI to handle first. I genuinely reply to every early bird, so don't be shy, let's chat about the future of our setups. 7 devices, one incredibly powerful theme. They finish the job, the tedious parts, so your brain can stay focused and move on to the next big idea. From a projector that literally edits its own picture to smart glasses that narrate the world around you, AI is no longer just the assistant, it's become the silent, proactive partner that keeps the lights, the sound, and the story exactly where they need to be, always perfectly optimized. My workspace now feels like it traveled back from next decade, and the entire upgrade took less than a weekend to implement. If your current setup is stalling your flow, if it's creating friction instead of fostering creativity, then seriously, steal one of these ideas and let the algorithm do the overtime for you. Hit subscribe for more gear that pays for itself in sanity and pure, unadulterated efficiency, and I'll catch you in the next one.